Good to go whenever you feel comfortable.
Yo, 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 what's going on? Mic check. This is the sound. This is the voice of your boy BA. Got a couple people in the building with me. Everyone acting all shy and
Never that. Just waiting for the camera to keep rolling.
camera is rolling. You got your
Yeah.
boy Machiavelli in the building.
You already know. The one and only.
Got one. You got the homegirl, Dorinda,
Hey y'all, how's it going?
aka D Money Bags in the building. And we Africans with attitude.
That's a fact. And we just waiting for Alma to get here.
Yeah.
In 1, 2, 3, hopefully the next 3, 4, 5 minutes, she will be here. But for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this thing started.
Nigga, what are you waiting for?
waiting for
So we
the
gonna get this thing
live.
started like a magic trick.
We
was
waiting,
gonna-
we're waiting for the live right now. All right.
Okay. Shout out to everybody.
And it
All right,
is
you ready?
on. Send it to everybody you know. How's y'all Saturday going?
Going pretty dang good. How's your going?
Good or whatever.
All right, so I'm talking about.
How was your week?
Stressful.
What you got going on?
I mean, anybody who's a student knows like shit is just hard in college, so I can't really help that. So it's stressful or whatever, but I get by.
What you studying?
Health sciences. I'm trying to become a physician assistant.
Sheesh, you smart.
I try whatever.
Smart.
I try.
How many more you?
Beers and clams and she's smart.
Bro, you
What?
just turn the volume down on the live.
My fault.
There we go. Valley, what's going on with you? How was your week, my brother?
Man, you know how it is, man. Regular type shit with me. Work. That's all that is. Besides that, can't complain, brother. What about you?
No, another day. Trying to figure it out. Living through some turbulent times right now.
Okay.
But, you know,
Big words.
listen, man.
It's like it be it, man.
Sometimes you got to exude the knowledge that God has given you.
I hear that.
But-
Amen to that.
A lot going on in the world right now. Let's break the
That's
ice out here.
I mean, we just, y'all want to get it started or just wait for Emma to get here and then we just start it and
We
just
could
keep
talk
going,
about
you know?
current events
Yeah, let's.
until she gets
We
here.
could talk about just regular stuff until when she gets here. Then we could just start off and we can
Yeah, introduce ourselves.
and then we start
Right.
doing it. All right. Yeah. So go. What you were saying? Yeah. About
Nah.
what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying a lot going on. I'm just saying shit is crazy, bro.
How you feel about Trump getting COVID?
Oh man. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that. That's just gonna open up a big
A whole
ass.
nother
You know what I
thing.
mean? Like
2020 just feels like a wild storybook.
It's a joke. It just keeps going. It don't end.
Like what's your deal 2020?
But listen though, what y'all think about that debate though? Like, oh my.
Y'all ain't seen my
God.
post.
That's
It was like watching two little kids just going back at it. The third candidate you didn't even hear from. Like,
Oh,
there's no reason
man.
for that man to even
That's
be
why I
there.
feel like a movie. It feel like every 2 days, just like after the debate, then Trump gets over. It's like, what's next? It's like,
Listen.
And he was ragging on Joe Biden for not having a mask and all of that on. Like, it was a...
Listen, man. My whole thing is like, you gotta understand. All right, when I was like growing up, right? Like, like the old folks, they used to be like, yo, like, I can't wait to go to America. It's a better place. Yo, bro, like now, like everybody's saying back, like, yo, like they thinking twice about this.
We
like,
tryna
yo,
go
is
back
it like, know what I mean?
home.
Like everybody's like, yo, is it like really like a place where we really want to go and live? Like, and it's making Americans. It making them look real bad right now, you know what I mean? Because it's like everybody's just laughing, like, yo, like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's real bad, you know what I mean? Like, and when you sit there and you look at all this stuff that's going on, it's just not like, because sometimes, like, like the blacks or like the Hispanic, whatever, we sit there, we think it has nothing to do with us, you know what I mean? But, bro, like, you gotta understand when it's like when it hits, you know what I mean? Like when it hits hard, like we the one that like suffer the most.
I mean, the thing,
Especially when it comes to like the elections and all that, like as far like with the government stuff like that, as far like talking when it comes to like the government stuff like that, a lot of black people and then certain people. I'm not saying everybody, you know what I mean? They sit there and be like, that's election, whatever. The president that got nothing to do with us. But when you ready to sit there and think about what's really going on, like you gotta be like, yo, listen, if I got something to say, I'ma say it. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the time where we really gotta stand up and be like, you know what? Even though I'm not such and such, I don't have such and such, but whatever I said, at least somebody gonna listen to what I gotta say. You know what I mean? So
I
that's
mean,
how I see things
the
going.
thing about this country that we live in is that people gotta understand it's a melting pot.
Mhm.
So it's not even about just one particular group of people. This
Right,
country
right,
is
right.
built off the backs of
Mhm.
you got African Americans,
Mhm.
you got people, immigrants
Mhm.
of all different type of countries and cultures and different places
Mhm.
that help build the working class here.
Right.
And the thing about it is that we live in a capitalistic society, and where it's like how ants build like their society. Like everyone has to help each other
Right.
build
Right.
and what's going on. So
Right.
what happens to you or what happens to other people affects
right.
you regardless whether you realize it or not.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, but that's the thing. Be it like other than like people like you and a few people that I know that understand that better, bro. I kill you not. It's a lot of people that ready to understand that. You know what I mean? They ready to understand like what you saying. You understand? It's a whole bunch of people. Like I was saying, like it's a lot of people that really feel like this stuff have nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? They sit there, they feel like all right, I got such and such, I got this money, I'm good.
Right.
You feel me? But, bro, it affects you as well too, cause you gotta understand. Like I was talking to one of my mans, I was like, as black people, we can sit there and talk about, we want to go to war, we want to go do this, we want to do that. But at the end of the day, we don't have our own. We don't have something that we could be like, you know what, this is mine. Like we don't have that. You understand? I mean, to keep you a buck, we can go out there and burn down all these stores. Don't get me wrong. I feel like if if for example, if a cop shoot a black person, whatever the case it might be, I feel like it's only right that that person be killed too. But as far as going to or burning down the stores and all that stuff, whatever, I'm down with that. Let's do that. But my question is like, what we doing after that? Are we all coming together? Are we all coming like, what I mean, building it together? Are we like, what? All right, now we burn this down. Now we burn what the white man built. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna build ours. We're gonna open all the black, we're gonna have black banks and stuff like that. I feel like that's one of the key, I think, things that black people in America that we're missing. Like, we don't have a lot of black stuff that is really ours, like like the banks and stuff like that. Cause for example, like if you want to build a house or if you want to have some type of business, right? You're gonna have to go to a bank to get the money from the bank. And what banks you gonna go to? You're gonna go to the Chase Bank. You're gonna go to the
Bank of America
right,
and all of them.
one of those banks. You understand? So those banks are not a black person bank. So at the end of the day, your building or whatever foundation that you're building, it's not yours. You understand? So yeah, we can burn these stuff down. Don't get me wrong. Let's burn it down. But then let's come together and build our own school, our own banks.
But
You understand?
bro, my thing is, if you burn it down, who you think got to clean it back up?
Bro, I don't understand that. That's what I'm saying. Are we willing to put that effort in to burn it to burn it down and clean it up ourselves and then rebuild it? So that's my question. Are we willing to do that? You understand? That's what I'm saying. Everything you
But
do,
I
it takes.
think-
You understand?
I think like the main problem with that is like we as black people
Right.
are so divided within ourselves.
There you go.
And it boils down to ignorance at the end of the day. Sometimes a black brother or a black sister doesn't want to see another black
black
sister or
person.
black brother do better than them.
Right.
We both got to be on the same level, realistically speaking.
Right.
So if that's the case and we burning down all of this stuff, it's going to be really hard to break it, to build it back up, because we so divided within ourselves
Right.
that
We cannot, right. We
it's
cannot
just
come together.
chaotic.
Right. We cannot
Yeah.
come together and rebuild that. And once again, I agree to that. So that's lead to my question. Are we ready? What are we ready doing? You know what I mean? Or the burning we doing? Are we ready, willing to be like, you know what? All right, we're gonna burn down the supermarket. We're gonna burn down all that stuff. But now, what we gonna do? We gonna go back to Africa, or we gonna go back to the North Carolina. We gonna go back down south, or we gonna start planting our own greens and stuff like that. Are we willing to do these things? Now we have to make a choice. We gotta make a stand. You understand? But we have to come to that conclusion, like you said. We have to stick together. I think that's one of the things that we missing too. We don't stick together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shit, man, I know you're gonna get so fucking deep today, bro.
Nah, man, I was just like, we just getting warm up. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even we not even talking about that right now. We just getting warm up because
I'm all for the revolution, bro. But like, trust me, I think about these things on a daily basis.
No, bro. You know, I understand you because you know me. We talk about these things, right?
Yeah, but it's like there's a lot of sorry to cut you off. There's a lot of thought and consideration you got to take into.
How you
to
talking
account.
to the people you talking to?
No, it's just that you know what it is for me is that when you understand things from a systematic level, you understand these things are done intentionally on purpose for why it makes it hard for us to stick together. You know what I'm saying? Like prime example, right? I do a lot of random research. The other day I was sitting there, I said, one of the biggest ways to build wealth is, land ownership, right? Not even house ownership, because house only works if it's an asset to you. If it's a liability, the house is not really worth nothing to you. So the only thing that makes a house an asset is what? If you rent in the house. So now think about the pyramid system, bro. If a bunch of people, in order for someone to buy, someone got to sell. In order for someone to sell, someone got to buy. So if I'm renting, that means how many people are going to be able to be in the class where they can own a house to rent to somebody else? So then let's go straight to land ownership, right? And why is land important? Because I said, what else on land besides house can you make money from? Vegetation, agriculture, farming, right? Now, do you know that most of the farm in the U.S., only 2% of it is black owned? Now, think of how crazy that is when most of the foundation wealth of black people was from after slavery was their knowledge of agriculture, was their knowledge of building and farming. So when you start thinking about things from what's right after slavery, Reconstruction, when you start thinking about things like Black Wall Street, when you start talking about things like Redline and all that, all these things are systematically done to make it harder and harder and harder and harder and harder for people to build the wealth to start. Because it's not like people ain't think about it or they don't want to do it. And now what that does is that in a capitalistic society, it makes it what? It puts you on the bottom of the totem pole and everybody's scrambling. So real shit, bro, everyone's mentality is not, think about it. You going to think about your family first or you going to think about your whole race first? If you have the luxury to afford to think about it.
Definitely your family. For most people,
it depends. It depends on. Because
it starts with your family, right?
It depends.
If you're in a situation where you can make it out, right? If you're in a situation where you can muster enough money for you, all right. Now the things that you're talking about will take for you to say, let's get a bunch of other like-minded people who are fortunate enough to have the money I have to go to the next level, right? You talk about black banks. There's a couple black banks. But in order for a bank to be in this country, you have to be FDIC certified. Who runs the FDIC?
The white man.
Who runs the banks?
The white man.
So even if you have a black-owned bank.
But still, it's a way, all right. In New York City, right? How many? You said it's a lot of black banks in what you call it?
Not a whole lot, but there's a couple of them that if we took our money and all put it there and took it out of, because even the whole reason why I brought up the FDIC is that, all right, if we, banks are privately owned by people who are not even part of the country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like families and stuff like that, like of a certain elite class that owns the banks. So even if you got a bank, your money still got to run through these people, and they control everything. So where if you were to burn something down and build it back up, who would you go to for the loan to start something, to go buy the business? Who you gonna go? What bank you gonna go through if you're not supporting the one that you already have?
Nah, you can go to your bank. To your bank.
Well, who owns the banks?
Well, Nah, you talking about a long term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about. All right. You talking about all right? The person behind, which is the white man behind. We all know at the end of the day, the white man always gonna be involved, no matter what, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, when it comes to these Chase banks and these Capital One banks, whatever the banks you want to call them, the white man is one or two step closer to stopping us from doing what we want to do. You understand? But when it comes to like the black banks, like the what's that black bank called? Like those banks. You know what I mean? If you trying to do something, it's more easier for you to do it because the white man is not two, three, four closer to the bank itself. They like, you know what I mean, back in the back. So it's more easier for you to do what you gotta do. You understand? So, bro, all I'm saying is, like, I agree with everything that with the whole thing that going on. Everybody they tell me, yo, Veli, why all this stuff is going on, but you always talking about they should burn this down. No, bro. What I'm saying is, bro, are you willing to, to go farther to that extent, to be like, you know what, like I said before, you understand? You cannot burn these buildings down knowing that at the end of the day.
But my thing is like you have to be very specific.
Right.
To what extent?
Right. That's what I'm about to break it down to you. All right. So you cannot burn these buildings down, right? And be like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna go to the supermarket, you know what I mean, and buy from the supermarket. You cannot do that, right? To that extent. When I say to that extent is, all right, we gonna burn these stores down. You understand? But we gonna build our own with our own hands.
How?
You
What do
understand?
you mean with our hands? How?
What you mean, bro? Are we not Africans, bro? Are we not Africans?
What the hell does
okay,
that mean?
but
Bro,
like
let's-
realistically
let's-
speaking,
let's-
nobody's
listen,
gonna
bro.
be
You
thinking
thinking
that
it's
way. yet.
1847?
Bro,
You
see,
and we
that's
gonna
what I'm
go to the-
saying. But listen, though, that's what you see. There we go. That's what I'm
Who-
saying, bro.
bro,
See,
bro.
that's to that
That's why-
stand.
that's
That's
why
what I'm
that's why I
saying. To
mentioned-
that extent, bro.
Hold on.
Are we willing to go back to Africa? Are we willing to go back to our roots? Where you know what I mean? We like, you know what? Forget about the polo shirt. Forget about all that. Now we got the Ashanti bees. Now we got the real. We got all that stuff made by ours. If we have to walk around bare feet with no shoes, and we have to
Why
walk
the
around with
hell?
no
But
clothes,
why do
bro,
we
we
have
gotta
to do that though?
To that
Like, why did it
extent.
come to that though?
It comes to the sacrifice that you will. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
bro. I'm
yeah.
gonna say no.
Okay, but
I'm
we
gonna answer
live-
your question and say no. We're not.
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
Not
That's
to
that
cut
doesn't
you
make
off,
sense.
but we live in a society right now where
See?
even if we were supposed to make those sacrifices, we
Uh-huh.
are such at a disadvantage, and there's so many other things going on within our race.
So that's what I said to the stand, bro. Are we willing to go for the
I'm
stand?
answering
I
your
don't
question.
think that
That's
we
not-
are willing though, because
that's
like
my
there's so
question.
much other
'Cause
stuff going on.
I'm willing to. That's what I'm
You
saying.
might
That's
be-
my.
you might be
That's what
like-
I'm saying.
you might be
Okay,
one
but
of
with
the few.
everything else going on,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
in today's world,
Right.
between police brutality,
Right.
women dying at a
Uh-huh.
higher rate from childbirth, all
Mhm.
of that stuff, black people being at a disadvantage when it
Mhm.
comes to housing, finances, all of that stuff.
Mhm.
How do you then expect us to take our mind off of the everyday worries
You
and
talking
things
about
going
burning
on
shit
in
down,
order
yeah,
to
bro.
build
That's
that?
what I'm
Like,
saying.
that's a lot.
Listen, bro.
Like, bro, first of all,
That's what I'm saying,
you talking about, so
though.
why would burn stuff in America and go back to that? What kind of?
Bro, no, you see, no.
No, I think he's
you
so,
thinking,
like in
nah,
relation to like
see?
the people like rioting and stuff like that.
Listen, what you saying, right?
Uh-huh.
It's right.
You're very
What
vague.
I'm
is
saying,
what
bro,
I'm saying,
nah,
my
bro.
friend.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. To what a stand are we willing to? Are you, bro? It's like, all right, for example, right? All right, when a black man, right? Let's say a cop, he gets shot. I mean, he gets shot by a cop, whatever the case might be, right?
Oh, yeah.
And another black person, right? Listen, and then
Loud.
another black person seeing the same thing happen. Another black person seeing that, a cop, shot another black kid, right? Now he's scared. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I might get shot. Something's gonna happen to me, right? I'm not kid that I'll be like, you know what? Nah, I don't care. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the same thing, probably the same thing that he did.
What
I'm
the
that type
hell
of person.
what?
No, listen what I'm
What you
saying. You see, you're not paying attention.
But what
bro.
about intervention?
Listen, that's what I'm saying. It all
Uh-huh.
comes down to that's what I'm saying. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Everything that we're saying, it all comes down to one thing. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. It all comes down to what a stand.
Yeah.
Are you willing to Like, you know what? Are you willing to die for it? Are you willing to be like, you know what? I'm putting everything. That's what I'm saying, bro. We not ready for that. So it can never be nothing. That's why like certain things you cannot talk to people about it, right? Because like when you try to talk to them, they're not gonna understand you because the sacrifice that you feel like you can make, other people's not willing to do that. So therefore, it's not gonna happen. That's what I'm saying. Are we willing to go to that stand to do? To burn the store, are willing to do that. You
I'm
understand?
gonna
So
say
that's what
again,
I'm
bro.
saying. So, but now you bugging out. Anyway, listen, Armand is here. So listen,
Hey,
we gonna
Alma.
we're gonna get back to this, and we gonna go right back to the original, and we can start it off. All right, all right. Anyway, so we got like a few more minutes left. So
We rocking.
anyway,
We here.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night,
7:40 p.m. He talking about good morning.
bro.
What if somebody
No, no, no.
listening from another
No.
part?
I got you. No. Listen. It's all right. I'm on tonight. I'm
You
on
on
a
a
school
roll-
beer
you
for a
on a
little
roll
bit.
today,
I
bro.
got you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna tell
roast
you
you for the
why
rest
though.
of-
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna
So
roast
like I
you
was
for the
saying,
rest of this thing.
Oh,
good
Lord.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you very much. You're not tuned
You
into
never know who
African
The
listens.
socially
attitude.
awkward podcast.
You're not
starring Zoe.
tuned. You're not tuned into an African attitude. Be come on, let me see it, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, come on. Be serious.
Bro, I'm serious. I'm
You're
joking
not
with you.
tuned into an African Attitude podcast. We are your hosts. Today we're doing something a little bit different. But we're gonna go around, reintroduce ourselves, and then we gonna basically we just give a little background about ourselves a little bit, and then after that we're gonna go around and we're gonna tell the viewers what we're trying to talk about.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna start off from my right, and we're gonna go around.
I gotta go first.
Mhm.
Hey y'all, I'm Efwa or Miss Efwa. Some of you guys might know me from on Instagram. In relation to the podcast, I'm who runs the social media. I'm who usually reaches out to some of y'all in relation to coming on the show and things like that. Mostly like, behind the scenes stuff. So that's basically what I do.
There you go.
You got your boy BA in the building. Music supervisor, production overseer / host. Man, I'm just here to provide the vibes. Just
Yes,
here to
sir.
make sure everything's cool, chilling, vibe, supporting.
Well, my name is Alma. You probably know me on Instagram as Black and Killing It because my black is always killing it. You feel
Yes,
me?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically I'm a brand ambassador here for AWA. Veli put me on. What we're really trying to do right now is kind of like venture out to all, let's just say, Africans and people of the African descent about, their businesses and everything. So if you are someone that just so happens to have something going on and you want to share it, hit me up in my DM. I'm more than happy to get you on here so we can get this, Afro culture going.
Yep.
Hey. Yeah, you already know, man. It's your boy Machiavelli Prince, also known as Machiavelli with the gritty, also known as the big brother. Yes, I'm the president of AWA, also known as the big brother of AWA. There's nothing much to say. Tonight we just gonna let you guys know, basically what AW is about, and we're gonna try to put a little light onto what we're trying to do, and basically that's about it. So to get start off with AWA African Attitude, it started about probably like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It was just something that it was something we just talking about. The idea came from I wouldn't say it came from, but it has something to do with it a little bit from nigga was the attitude. But I feel like to me it might not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but it makes sense to me. I feel like they was really trying to say African with attitude when it said niggas with attitude. That's just how I felt. It's a more as we
I
go.
agree.
Yeah, it's as we go along.
I agree.
I'll break it down to you. I feel like I feel like back then that's what it was trying to say. But I feel like you know what? I'm not even gonna go down to that route right now. So, but basically that's where we got the little concept from. It was me and my cousin Chris. B was always around us, so he always knew what we was trying to do. When I came up with the idea, he was probably like one of the first people that I spoke to about it. And the idea was basically we been around and just seeing how Africans the growth within us, coming from all these name callings and we not being where we were supposed to be from. But us, we kind of grew up differently, and we saw how things was going on, and we feel like um, and also we was not just being around just the Black Americans, but we was being around the African too.
Yep.
So we feel like it was a lot of things going around with the Africans that we need to put light on. You know what I mean? And we feel like who can do it better than us because we have more. We was like more diversity.
More
When,
versatile,
yeah, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. So we knew what was going on both sides of the angle, whatever. So be it, of course, we sat down, we spoke about it. My cousin Chris, we spoke about it, and then we just sat down. We like, you know what? Fuck it, we gonna do it. Cause at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Cause let me make something clear, right? African attitude is just not African, right? So it's not just Africans, right? It's not Africans from Africa, nah.
As the descendant, right?
Right. So it's blacks, cause I don't give a fuck. We all Africans, right? And we all have attitudes, right? So
Sure do.
African attitude. So you can be black American, you can be Spanish, you can be whatever. You know what I mean? It's African attitude. So now what we're trying to do is trying to bring on, people that we feel like people that we know, people that people that we know, to to bring them so they could bring lights on a lot of stuff that people don't know that Africans, you know what I mean, that Africans attitude has, I mean, as far as like the artists is and the clothing, the people that are doing clothing lines and
Africa
stuff
to
like
the
that. Yeah,
world,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Or
Basically
Afro
everybody.
culture, the
So
whole diaspora,
right. So like I'm always saying earlier. So if you feel like you one of those people, just let us know, and then we gonna talk about that.
For sure.
That's dope.
So guys, what you guys say? So all right. So let's start with BA.
Mhm.
So talk to us about what you call a little bit like where you grew up at.
I'm a Boogie Down representative,
Okay.
88er, Bronx. Nah, I was born in Lincoln.
Okay.
I was thinking about Bronx Lebanon for some reason, but that's the Grand Concourse in me.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I'm born here, Bronx, New York. My parents from Ghana, hip hop head,
Okay.
sneaker head type of shit.
Okay.
Always been interested in like the blending of culture.
Okay.
So I think it's really dope that we started a podcast and a program, but more important, like a movement that highlights how, like you said, we all African, we all black, we all come from the diaspora. I never say that fucking word right.
Diaspora.
Diaspora.
I don't know how to say it either.
Yeah,
You got it though.
It is? That's how you say it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
diaspora.
diaspora. Yeah.
I said diaspora. I said some weird shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, but to me, I just always find it like dope and interesting like, how, even though like being a first generation African American, seeing the similarities between people who are born like here, American descendants of black people here, versus like people from Africa, like my parents from Ghana, from Nigeria,
Right.
people I know from like Ethiopia, South Africa. And when you see things like the fashion, the food, the culture, but more important, the music,
Right.
it's so many similarities that ties it and brings it together, and like it just makes it dope. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's just always kind of been like my perspective on my identity and how I feel about being an African.
Okay. So how you are turned to like how you like wanted to use that to with the podcast or to let the people know like how like with your music. Basically, what I'm trying to say like how your music and the podcast how does it intertwine with each other like.
Well, definitely living in 2020, podcasting is the new way of like entertainment, the way of
Okay.
communication, media, and everything like that. So just using the music to connect different artists and bring them together.
Okay.
Like earlier today, my boy Kobe had a video shoot.
Okay.
He was shooting a video with my boy Sam called for this song he got called Fufu.
Okay.
It's really dope. Y'all should check it out. Trap.
Okay.
And I did a beat on there called You Already Know.
Okay.
And I had this African sample, but I kind of used like these Tribe Called Quest drums with it, and put like a little bongo.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like on
yeah,
it.
that shit was deep.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I hear
saying?
that,
So
yeah.
My whole thing with the podcast and the music is just bringing awareness and light to like not just me and my friends, but all the different African artists out there coming up. It's a lot of people like Jamila, people like Jay Aura, people like Campbell Cole, Kweku Ja, PD Prophet, people, and that's just the Bronx alone.
Right.
And we got like people like DJ Young Kofi,
Right,
people like
right.
DJ
The
Stars,
DJs,
people
right.
like RV Nice and all those dudes
Right.
Yeah.
who they kind of take like what we known and used to from like back in the day and bring it up to speed what
So
we're
what
doing
do-
now.
Exactly.
And it's also dope because like even back in Ghana, they got their own scene over there. They
Right.
doing their own stuff that's influenced by things in America. So I think that this platform will be a perfect place to highlight all those things.
That's great. That's great. All right. Thank you, B.A. You already know. What's up
Love
with you, baby girl?
I'm
Let them
good.
know, man, where you from. You know what I mean?
So-
What you trying to do? Let them know.
I am a Bronx native,
Mm-hmm.
born and
Yeah.
raised. My parents are both Ghanaian,
Okay.
born and raised. I didn't really grow up too much around the Ghanaian scene. I grew up more around African Americans and mainly Puerto Ricans and some Jamaicans. So I kind of feel like I kind of identify with all cultures, all of them. But
Okay.
all of them in particular all have one thing in common, and that's the African root.
Okay.
So I guess that's the reason why I was able to mingle amongst all these different type of cultures. But my whole purpose for joining this thing is because number one, I love being African, and number two, there's always been this kind of like stereotype. All right, everyone has seen BT Feed the Children. That's not what Africa looks like. But lately, I would say within the last decade, it's been a lot of
been,
awareness.
Right. Right.
It's like everybody wants to marry an African man because they want an African wedding. Listen,
The food and all
right,
of
the
that,
food,
yeah.
the dresses. A lot of people. What is it? Black Panther came out.
All that. Yeah.
I just feel like right now we're in an era where a lot of people are trying to find out their roots. You know, people are taking ancestry and they're finding out that like my friend found out she's from Liberia just recently. So I just felt like this is the perfect time to kind of like join this podcast and bring my experience and, you know, join all these people of the diaspora, right? Diaspora.
Look, now I said it
To bring everybody together, because I feel like once we're all together, we could unite. We're not together, by the way.
Yep.
We have so much in common, but we're the most
But we're not so.
dysfunctional group of people. And I just feel like right now with this age of technology and social media, this is the time to actually glue us together, because in case you haven't noticed what's going on in the world, if we do not unite, we're
It's
going to have
over.
a problem. We're already
Yeah.
separated enough. Black people overall can't stand being around each other. And we know that. We need to change that.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because we've been split up so much and we have identified with so many different cultures. We think we're different, but we're actually not. So hopefully this podcast could definitely show some type of light and, you know, bring everything together so we all know we're all one.
Yeah.
But that's really why I basically joined this whole thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're gonna go to this young lady, but let me
Yeah.
just go to me real quick, because I'm not ready to go go into ready deep into my my life, because we're gonna be here all day, right? So you already know it's not really too much to say about me. I'm half Liberian and I'm half Ghanaian. I was born in Liberia, but I came over here when I was young. That's a long story. But basically that's about it. The reason I'm doing this, like I said before, I feel like, there's a lot of things that's going on that a lot of people ready to know about Africans. Like I've been around for the longest, I seen a lot of things happen, I'm very
What are some
proud.
stereotypes you've heard before?
From where? From who?
From our own
Oh,
people
yeah?
of our
Oh,
own
Ghanaians?
diaspora. Like
Man.
what are some stereotypes you've heard?
Listen, niggas used to hate on me because I used to get the girls. They used to be like, "Yo, you Liberians? Why you get?" Nah, you don't understand. Like I used to get it all, you know what I mean? But it was alright for me, you know what I mean? Because everybody that I used to be around, like everybody was cool, you know what I mean? So
Because you
It
grew up
was
very
good.
not unorthodox.
Listen, man, I went through it all. You know what I mean? But like I said, like everybody that I've been around, like you couldn't really tell, like unless maybe you hear my story or somebody tell you about. Everybody I've been around, like I show nothing but love, and everybody show me love right back. You know what I mean? So if I come across you and then the vibe is kind of off, then maybe something is definitely wrong. It's coming from you, not me. But everybody I come across, I show them love because I feel like everybody show me love back. So if you don't love me, it's whatever. But anyway, we're gonna get back to this intro, and we're gonna go right back to this lady. Like I said, if we still try to talk about, maybe we're gonna be here all night. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that maybe early in the future. But so what's up, baby girl? Talk to us. Let us people know where you from, where you represent. Oh yeah, by the way, so I'm representing the BX, Liberia and Ghana, by the way. So you already know. All my Liberians stand up, you heard?
Alright, so I'm Dorinda, or F4, some of you guys might know. I hail from the BX. I was born in the Bronx, but I did grow up back home for a little bit before I came back here. So I got a little bit of both worlds, if you want to say that. I did grow up in predominantly white neighborhoods in the Bronx. So we're specifically talking on the Dogs Neck side. So
Oh, man,
The
she from
Yeah,
Thrice,
the
she
Thrice.
from Thrice,
the
man.
Italian.
She from Thrice, man, yo.
So, it's
a
it was
whole
really
bunch of them.
hard for us growing up because coming directly from Ghana and going, like, not even, like, being around, like, people that you can associate with, just straight to, like, white people. I dealt with a whole lot of racism, all of that growing up. But I was able to get past that, over the time. As Amma said, over the past 10 years, I've seen people that I grew up with who always said some racist things now come and identified with the Black Lives Matter and the return to Ghana. I actually saw a lot of people that I grew up with that I would have never expected to go back in Ghana and all of that. And I'm like, damn, I ain't even been back for a while, and all these people are going back, like, So I joined the show because Veli reached out to me, actually. I think that was a big reason because of I'm young and I do associate myself a lot with social media. Even though realistically, I'm not like that. I am in college. I'm a health sciences major. The goal is to eventually become a physician assistant because I'm so big on Black women. And the goal is to become a women's health PA because, as we all know, there's a lot of disparities going on with Black women dying in childbirth and things like that. So I want to change that demographic of what Black women can go to when, they're pregnant and bringing more Black babies into this world, and change that whole dynamic that's going on there. So that's basically my mission, and being a part of this show brings awareness to everything. It's not just musicians. It's not
everything.
just, like all of that is
Social
everything.
topics,
Yes.
everything that
Social
affects
topics,
our
everything
lives.
affects our
everything.
Yeah. So it was really important for me to be on the show because of that. That's
Dope.
why I'm here.
Thank you. That's dope. Very, very dope.
And talking about women's health, that you even mentioned that's a really good thing because one, overall, that field of medicine doesn't get too much attention.
Yeah.
So you could only imagine what the Black women get if
Yeah.
that field doesn't get attention to begin with.
Exactly.
So,
But
yeah.
why you think it's that though? Like
They don't
why-
care about women's health here. This is, come on, like, look at the front.
it's
Like,
always
just
been
pay
like
attention
that.
to
Yeah.
the
That's-
politicians. Women's health has always been last on the agenda. They don't care.
And the Black woman is always seen as being this strong woman, like all the time. A lot of the reasons why
I
they
don't
die,
even
they don't
like
get
that
pain
term.
medication in time. They don't get, attention in time because they're seen as being able to deal with the pain and all of that.
Yeah.
So
And I hate that
But,
strong Black
but
woman
listen,
line.
why you guys think it's like that though? Why you guys think it's like that?
Like what? Like the
That the Black man or the white man feel like the Black woman's supposed to be strong and supposed to be powerful and supposed to do everything.
It's
because
always
women
been
are
like
supposed to be
that.
strong. Period.
Nah,
So
you know,
it's
you know,
like,
no,
that's
you
what
know
they
what it
have
is.
for
I feel
everybody.
like it's because female put it out there to be.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Well, yes
I think
and
that's
no.
what it is.
Yes and
think-
no.
I
That's
think-
a hard one.
Because when you think back in the country of the image of Black women and things like that, going back to the times of slavery,
Yeah.
Black women endured rape. we endured being out there in the fields with kids, all of that on our backs.
Right.
So
But-
we were kind of forced to be strong. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like we kind of made the headway to make ourselves that way because we are strong black women, but that doesn't mean that strong black women means that you don't get as much attention as your white counterpart.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. You're right. I feel like, yeah, you're right. I feel like a lot of, black, especially black females, they don't get that, credit, whatever, or they put down.
I don't even like the
But,
term
like
black
I
strong
said, but
female. It just
listen,
sound
listen,
like
though.
you born to struggle.
Right?
Like,
Well, I gotta be
I
strong
gotta
all
be
the
a black
time.
strong female all the time. Like,
But
Nah,
what?
that
But listen,
that
to
pain medicine shit is crazy.
But Bia, was it always like that though?
no, but I feel like that black strong female came from the fact that black women are constantly struggling. So it was like, yeah, you never hear, oh, be a white strong female. That doesn't even sound
Nah,
right. Like, you get what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like, why do we always have to
100%.
be affiliated with the struggle? It's annoying at this point.
And
It
if we're
really
not
is.
strong, then we angry.
Yeah, we ain't strong, we angry. It has to be
You're
so
angry
intense.
Why you gotta be an angry bitch?
I don't know why they portray us to be that way, but
My
it's
goodness.
crazy.
It's deep. It's real deep. I don't know. This is a whole nother podcast. for that
Nah,
one,
of
right?
course, man. Listen, we got a whole lot of things to
That
talk
one is
about.
deep.
As you can see, basically this is what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things, bringing out a lot of lights to these, situations, a lot of things that's going on that we feel like, as being the young, Africans or black, whatever the case might be in America, stuff. These things, it do affect us. You know what I mean? If you really want to think about it,
Fuck.
like I tell people that all the time, like don't ever think this shit got nothing to do with you. Like I hate those type of people. Like yo, Valley, bro, that shit got nothing to do with me, bro. Bro, what you mean, my nigga? What are you talking about?
Ooh, that's
Shit has everything to do with you, and then, like I just sit there and be like, that's why, like, I talk to Bia was like, yo, Valley, it's certain, bro. I learned it from you, right? Bia said, yo, Valley, listen, you can't talk to people. Not everybody you can
Don't
talk
get
to
it.
about certain things, right? Because not everybody understand. Not everybody gonna understand. So that's why sometimes, like, I try to, like, pick people that I feel like will understand what I'm trying to say. But like, bro, my man, what you mean this shit got nothing to do with you? It
sure
has
does.
everything to do with you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
it
like,
sure
it kills
does.
my vibe. Like, yo, bro, you just sat there and you just, my man, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So it's disgusting.
No,
you know what I mean?
the fact that you even say that on my way here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, sorry, but I was cursing out a couple of cab drivers on 42nd Street. This is New York City, and I'm standing there waiting for my Uber, and I see a black man waving down a cab, and the cab skips him and picks up the white lady behind me.
Crazy.
And I'm like, I peeped it, and I was like, oh, all right. I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want to be that angry black female out
Yeah,
here.
uh-huh.
So, kept waiting for my cab. I called my cab driver. He's like, he's around the corner. Another cab comes up. Guess what? An older white lady comes out. The guy's waving. He passes him and picks up the older white lady. Three cabs passed this man. That's only two. 3 cabs passed this man, and they did not want to pick him up. They picked up the white ladies, and I was like,
It
"We
be
in
your
New York City.
own.
This is 42nd Street."
It be your
I mean, yeah,
And I saw
42nd,
the
yeah,
black, and I was
yeah.
like, y'all all racist. Y'all all racist. Then I told him, stand in front of a cab. Stand in front of a cab. He stood in front of a cab. They told him he has to go to the cab line. I go to the cab line with him. They told him that they can't take him where he's going.
Why?
Listen, my Uber came. I had to go. I had to be here.
Damn.
But this is what I'm talking about. All these
Exactly.
things. Now, I didn't even ask him about his background, but he looked like he was Haitian or some type of He didn't really look African American. How do I know? Because people think that I'm Jamaican all the time, and I'm really not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you say things like, "Oh, it doesn't affect us,"
Like,
that could happen to my
yeah,
brother.
you
My
know what I
brother's
mean? Like, it
100%
could-
Ghanaian.
right. They could-
They
could be-
don't care as long as your color is like this. You're
Yeah.
all the same. It
Yeah.
does. It does have something to do with you.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Every
Yeah.
time, every day.
Yo, it had me so mad. I was just, I can't even. I can't even.
Wow.
Yep, that's some of the problems that we having right now. You know what I mean? Like that's why I was telling them earlier, like to understand. Are we willing to like really come together? Like be like, you know what? Fuck all this. Forget about this. You know what? Your problem is my problem. Are we ready? Like
Yes,
I
your
would do
problem
like
is
like
my
I was telling you
problem.
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm telling you. How many people are willing to do that? You know what I mean? How
I
many
don't
people
think
already?
you
that's
was
what I'm
I
saying-
don't think
I'm
you
that
was-
we have
bro,
enough people.
The whole
who
my
are-
problem is your
like,
problem thing.
uh-huh.
I understand that. That's why I was talking about the working class.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
a
No,
You
but let's
talking about-
focus
you
on
talking
the
about
whole.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Because
No.
before you came in, this nigga was talking about bro.
He was
I'm
talking about
telling
burning
you,
out
let's
buildings,
burn this
and
shit
we
down.
Like, oh,
We can. I'm telling you, but
Nah,
listen, we
I
gonna
don't
listen.
agree- I don't agree with that.
Right.
Nah, but I'm
There's
a
no opportunist in there.
I'm a
That's
but
all.
listen though. I'm a listen
trying to
though.
explain
Listen
to
what
him
I'm
before.
saying. My brothers and sisters, listen what I'm saying, man. Like I was saying, right? We gonna talk about that. You know what I mean? We have a like we gotta be out here at what? 8:14?
yep, we got
So,
10 minutes.
Right. So we're gonna talk about that. You know, that's a whole different topic. I feel like that's one of the biggest, topic in America that we need to talk about right now, especially when it comes to like the black, people and stuff like that, whatever. But once again, what we're doing here, is putting up the lights on, Africans with attitude. I say African attitude because when I say it, African, whatever, the people gonna be like, oh, what you mean? So I'm saying Africans with attitude. That mean everybody as African. You Spanish, nigga, you African.
No, that's the right way
You
to put it. 'cause
Dominican,
it's
you
you're uniting
African.
it.
Yeah,
You're
you know what I
literally
mean?
uniting it.
So
Yeah,
right, so
yeah.
let me just make that clear because a lot of people like I know, a lot of Spanish. Like one of my you gotta understand, like I'm very, very diverse, right? Like I've been around so many races. I know one of my friends, he's Spanish. Like he do music. You know what I mean? Nigga, I need you to come up here, nigga, and tell your story.
Yeah.
You understand, nigga?
Most
You
definitely.
African attitude, right? And then let me make what you call it. Let me make one thing clear, right? So, a lot of people that ready to pay attention to me, like I'm not really like big into these whole big, artists and stuff like that, right? So, I don't know. A lot of people might feel some type of. It's all right. You could be an artist from Ghana, you come out here and we feel like you need to whatever. It's cool, but our main goal over here is to support our artists that are out here, right? What I'm trying, like when I said, the Quays, the Jamila, the P's, you know what I mean? The lighters, all these people, the Vantage, you know what I mean? All these people. When I said that's what we trying to do. Those are the people that we trying to push
Uplift,
out there, right? Uplift. So other Africans or other artists, not just African artists, but the blacks, whatever our brothers and sisters too can catches the attention of the music and stuff like that, whatever. And also too, I just want to send it, put this out there real quick to my the DJs and stuff like that that be having the parties. We have to support our brothers, right? So when we have these people coming out with these music, we have to play these music in the club. I understand we have all these Afrobeats, the Stone Boys and all these people, they got all this music. I understand that it's popping, it's lit. All right, so now we Africans, we got all these big ass platform, right? So what about ours? What about ours that's out here? You know what I mean?
They got up there because they had support. So we need
Right.
to support
So
ours
right.
too,
So
yeah.
we need to. I feel like
Yeah.
Africans in America, I feel like we're not supporting
We're
our
not
brothers and sisters,
supportive,
right?
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, us, the platforms. You know what I mean? The people with the platforms, like the DJs, the promoters. You know what I mean? Play these people music. You know what I mean? Like I could tell you right now, like I can name you at least, my nigga, 10 artists that I know that's out here, that's lit, and nobody know about these kids. And I'll talk to them like, yo, brother, Valley, we're not trying to do this, yo, bro. We're not trying to do this because, the love is not there. Niggas not supporting it. But niggas would rather listen to the Stone Boys. I don't understand that. Yes, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? We want that. But now, I understand back then, it was different. But now, we here now. We good. Like, we make the noise, right? The door is open, right? So now what we got to do? We got to let the artists that are here, we got to let them, you know what I mean? We got to do that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
I agree.
I feel like
I
when
agree.
we do this, I feel like it will give them the opportunity to express themselves and then try to do that. So I think honestly that was like one of my when I was doing that was one thing I was like behind my head when I was doing this. So
I totally agree because those artists that you mentioned, like Stoneboy and all of them, the only reason why they climbed to the top is because people from the native
Right,
country
right,
Yeah.
were
right.
supporting
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
And being
Mhm.
that we
Mhm.
come from those countries,
Mhm.
we still listen to things out there. So
Mhm.
we heard it from them
right.
over here. So ours over here, they need to hear ours
Right. So
over there.
Over there.
Right.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
Like,
they don't
why?
do that.
Like, what's going on?
You
We
understand?
taking
It
all of y'all juice. Don't get me wrong. We all the same.
Right,
But
but
we got
right.
people over here in the backyard
You
that are cooking
understand?
too, and they need to
Right.
be heard.
Well,
Like,
they,
that's,
they need to
that's
hear
a
that.
fact.
We,
Yeah,
we,
that's a
we got
fact.
the Kobe's, like, you know,
Yes,
like
that's
you
a
know,
fact.
Bia was saying earlier. Kobe's like, you know, one of my brother, you know, I listen to him all the time, you know what I mean? Like, he got one of the dopest, like, and a lot of people don't know that, you understand? Like, so I feel like we need to, like, you know, people like us, like I was saying earlier, people like us, like the DJs and people like that, we need to, like, help these people out. We need to, like, you know, uplift these people. We need to, like, tell people
Create
to
a
listen,
platform
right?
for
You know what I
them.
mean? Like, you're listening. These people are really nice. You know what I mean? And like this is how I see it. When they make it, we all make it. You know what I mean? You never know. They might be,
Hello.
you know what I mean,
Exactly.
spit nice and one of those, you know, maybe they might be up there, you know, doing something. So
Takes a village, yo.
yeah,
Takes
man.
A
So you know,
village.
That's big facts.
like I said, basically
Definitely.
that was my, you know, that was my intention of doing this with my brothers and my sisters.
No, that's what's up. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, you know. So
Gotta highlight the people that's out here
Mhm.
building something.
yes, yeah, we gotta
Because-
do that.
But see, that's the thing about media that's so important is that people gotta use their platforms to position.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And put on to the new, not just what's out right now.
Right.
Word.
And like, there's so many things that you could do right now. Like on social media, you have all of these challenges, all of these dances that come out to like, you know, from like
Word.
from
Get your
all of those
TikTok
different like
game up.
Afro beats,
Facts.
like stuff. Like people could definitely start like challenges, dance moves, and things like that to bring
that-
awareness to
right,
what's going on over
Yeah,
here
exactly,
too.
yeah.
So
Don't get on when they
definitely.
already up there. Don't wait till people
Exactly.
start blowing up.
You know what I
And now
mean?
y'all want to
Like,
be
yo,
on.
Don't be like, nah,
Y'all
I
better
know
get 'em
him.
now.
Like, yeah.
Y'all better get 'em
yo,
now.
my man,
That's
yo.
crazy.
'Cause I'm
Like, why
telling
we
you,
always
God
doing
don't
that?
sleep,
Like,
and a lot of these people will get it
nigga.
either way. So you might as well just
I mean,
join
like,
and
why,
support.
like, why we do that? Like, I really don't understand. Like, my nigga, like, you know them, the nigga is nice. Like, he really, really nice. So, bro, what's up? Play this nigga song, my nigga.
Everybody
Like,
wait till they jump on a bandwagon. They wait for
Jesus
somebody else to
Christ,
co-sign.
Yeah,
man.
nobody wants to be first.
Nah.
People are just
We always
scared
wanna follow.
for taking the initiative and being the person that sticks out, does something that's not normal.
Conventional.
Sheeps.
Yep.
Just sheeps. Stick out. Do something different.
All right, we got 3 minutes on the clock.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for turning in.
Yo, tuning in to Africans with an attitude.
Thank you very much. And,
Remember, if you guys want to promote your stuff, hit me up. Black and killing it. Black and always killing
Send us
it.
a message in the DM. Send us the link.
Yup,
Let
to the
us know.
page
Stuff.
and everything. Y'all could do that. And remember, you don't just have to be into music. You could be into anything
you
to
can
be
be a
on the
preacher,
show.
you can be cooking.
We are open
Whipping,
and
whipping,
let the
willing
food
to
flow.
anything.
Juggling.
Fundraisers, things like my one of my homegirls and her cousin, they're doing something called the Young Lords, where they're putting
Okay.
the diaspora together.
Okay.
And they're feeding the people that need food, they're people that need book bags,
Definitely.
things
go.
like that. If you know you're doing something like that for the
Yeah.
community, please.
and
Please,
you want
please let
people
us
to
know.
know
Let us
about
know.
it, just let us
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? Once again, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Or like, yeah, be it. Back to you about what I said earlier about good morning, good afternoon, good night, right? So the reason I said that is because it might be people from other state. It might be people from other
Yeah.
countries. You know what I mean? Times is different. So my brother, thank you very much. So
Yeah, tune in. And
Nah,
you
he
watching
schooled
from
you on that
Australia.
one. I ain't gonna lie.
You watching from Australia.
that's a
tune
good
in.
one. That's a good one.
Antarctica, Alaska, lock in.
Antarctica,
Rocking with
Alaska,
Africans with attitude. It's hot everywhere. Just find a stove.
Madagascar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we out, guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you a cloud ass nigga.
Yo, that was a great show.
Oh, nah, that fun. That
How
shit
many
was
people was
nice.
in the love?
Oh, damn.
We did all right.
Oh,
Like,
Oh,
the thing is, we gotta get followers first.
Oh,
I
let's
mean,
see what's going on here.
we gotta get followers. Once we get followers, once we keep promoting, get
Hi,
a lot of
y'all.
followers and all that,
Word.
then we gonna be good. But I think we did good.
Oh, let me
I'm about
wave
to
at
call
most
you
of
on
y'all. Call me boo, call